Gates are back, and they fired away, and Mahaffith didn't get away well. Gave away a couple of lengths. Panther Lassa, first one to break, goes off to the early lead. Colonel Liam will try and get across. He's second for now. Then comes Harrovian, who races away in third. Desert Fire hugs the rail, got a nice position in fourth. Saffron Beach is in the red colours in fifth. My Oberon, the yellow, races away in sixth, half a length in front of Schnellmeister. Then comes Lord North, the blue sleeves with a white chevron, racing a little bit deep for now. El Farik is in and amongst runners. Ursa Minor, white sleeves and cap, is at the wide outside. Van der Gaard was next best. Then comes Mahaffith, who's recovered. He's not at the back of the field anymore after blowing the start. A length and a half away to Hikiki, and Sir Busker happy to watch on from the end of the field. Well, Panther Lassa loves to let rip, but he's just keeping a lid on things by his standards. He's a two-length leader at the first turn, 1,000 metres out. Colonel Liam races away in second. Desert Fire, the all blue colours, is third. Saffron Beach at the outside of Harrovian. Then comes Lord North, who's trying to get a wriggle on. My Oberon, the yellow colours, in a bit of a pocket. Schnellmeister also tries to work into the open. Ursa Minor being nudged and nurdled along. Then comes Mahaffith, who's 3/4 of the way back. Sir Busker, Van der Gaard, their next best. Mahaffith, and further back in running then we find Hikiki, but they're homeward bound, and Panther Lassa in front by 2, balances up over Colonel Liam, who's second. Then towards the outside, Lord North, Saffron Beach, Schnellmeister, red cap is towards the outside. They reach the final 200. Panther Lassa in the lead. Lord North on the chase. Van der Gaard is third. Panther Lassa 2 lengths in front. Lord North trying to double the dose. Van der Gaard not without hope. Panther Lassa crying for the line. Here is the line. It's desperately close. What a finish. Panther Lassa, Lord North, Van der Gaard, a 3-way go.
Locked away. Gates are back and they're racing. They're off in the cup, and Knight's Order towards the outside. The best to jump with Vow and Declare due. A Smoke and Romans isn't too far away. And also Kimura showing speed without a fight. The International in the yellow jacket is also up there with the leaders across the track in the first 200 or 300 metres. Poking up as Grand Promenade from barrier number 1 also. Interpretation drives up to lead with Smoke and Romans, Vow and Declare and Grand Promenade. Kimura without a fight out even deeper. And Knight's Order's about 7 wide at this stage with Serpentine out there with him. They were followed by Vow and Declare, and back in the field Stockman and Dewis and Emissary from Hu Yamal. Then came Young Verta, who's a little keen 3 wide. Next in the field Realm of Flowers, and then came Gold Trip, Higher Motion. Then Deshaun Sweet Jr. Second last off the rails is Montefilia, and at the end of the field settling down into stride is Arapaho as they leave the straight with 2,200 metres to run, and the favourite Deauville Legend midfield. So Smoke and Roman, Serpentine leave the running with Serpentine going to the lead. Interpretation third. They were followed by Kimura. Tralee Rose is off around them now 3 wide to improve her position. A length Grand Promenade without a fight. Numerian, a length Deauville Legend. Then came Knight's Order, who couldn't quite get in 3 wide. A length away Vow and Declare, Emissary. Next is Dewis Stockman, and then Hu Yamal. Realm of Flowers is one off the fence. Around that runner is Young Verta. Then came Gold Trip to Deshaun Sweet Jr., Higher Motion, Montefilia, and at the end of the field in the Lexus Melbourne Cup is Arapaho. 1,600 metres to run, and the leader is Serpentine. By a length and a half, Tralee Rose. 2 further back in the field is Smoke and Romans getting a gun run on the outside of Interpretation. 3 lengths Kimura, a length Grand Promenade, and then came without a fight, a length Deauville Legend tucked away on the fence. Knight's Order continues his run 3 wide. A length away Numerian midfield Dewis, and then came Emissary, Vow and Declare. Further back Young Verta, then Hu Yamal and Stockman. Next in the field Gold Trip 2/3 down. Deshaun Sweet Jr. well back on the fence. Montefilia's getting moving. Then came Higher Motion, Realm of Flowers, and Arapaho is last. Serpentine 1,000 metres to go. Just led from Tralee Rose. Knight's Order is going to try and set the cup alight and moves up 3 and 4 wide and goes to the front early. Smoke and Romans going with him. So as they reach the 800 metres, and Knight's Order has taken off 2 lengths in front of Smoke and Romans. Daring Tactics without a fight slid up to third. Deauville Legend got to fourth. They were followed by Dewis. Tralee Rose in reverse. Then came Realm of Flowers to the outside. Next Young Verta, Gold Trip, but Knight's Order is going to try and break their hearts in the Lexus Melbourne Cup at the 450, led by 2 legs Smoke and Romans. Here's Deauville Legend presenting, and Gold Trip down the outside. Emissary is behind those. Gold Trip moves up, takes the lead from Deauville Legend. 250 metres to go. Emissary running on. Gold Trip, 150 metres to go, wandering about, getting tired. Emissary is trying very, very hard, but Gold Trip is brave. 100 to go, a length and a half. Emissary. Gold Trip is going to win the Lexus Melbourne Cup. Gold Trip wins it in a real staying contest for the ages.
Gates are back, and they fired away. Stella Veloce a step slow. Beer happy to race towards the end of the field along with Glory Vars. They're going to bank on a good pace. Piledriver, one of the first to break, but being restrained. Shariar gets forward. Then Authority in the light blue cap going around, and Authority picks up the lead out of the straight. Shariar races in second. Then comes Alan Kerr, the light blue colours, in third. One off the rail for the top, takes a tug at the outside. Hukum's in the white and blue colours with Piledriver for company. Burgas a lot closer, but is 3 deep at the outside. Then a length away to Dubai Honour, now being joined by Glory Vars against the inside rail. After them, Dubai Future off the course, blue jacket and white cap, half a length away to Dubai Honour. Then comes Without a Fight. There's no real pace on. Stella Veloce 3/4 of the way back, half a length away to Uber Leben. Then comes Casper, who's won from last, and Abir's got the entire field to get past. Now they're on the back straight. Pace is a little bit more genuine, but certainly not record-breaking. It's Authority in the lead by just over 1 length. Shariar races at the rail, and the leader's back in second. Then comes For the Top, who just tugged out of the straights and now races in third. Alan Kerr, lighter blue colours, is in fourth with Piledriver a length behind, the white sleeves and the red cap, and in a good rhythm. Burgas is in the open. Then comes Hukum, midfield, white and blue colours, kept company by Dubai Future, who continues to travel at the outside. Glory Vars, light blue colours, and the red cap also midfield. They all in a bunch. Dubai Honour just tries to get a little bit closer. Stella Veloce's got nowhere to go. Then comes Uber Leben, Without a Fight, the first to come off the bridle. Beer's not at the back of the field, but will make a move at the outside of runners, and that leaves Casper at the end of the field. 700 metres out. Authority guides them along. He's led most of the way. He's in front by 1 length, and every time you look, the pace is even better. For the Top is second, Shariar third. Then comes Burgas into the home straight in the open, in striking distance, but covered ground. Further back then to Alan Kerr. Piledriver makes a run towards the inside. So too does Glory Vars. Dubai Future, Uber Leben towards the outside. Authority in front. Now being asked the question as Shariar goes on the attack. Piledriver but tight for room. Glory Vars. Then comes Alan Kerr, and Abir is taking off towards the outside, but running out of real estate. Shariar the leader. Authority now being passed. Shariar on the drive to the line will see off Abir. Shariar wins Japan again. Incredible.
They're off in the 39th Breeders' Cup Classic. Flightline broke very well. Life is Good goes out to the early lead. Flightline will be second early on, and Hot Rod Charlie came out running in third. Epicenter is guided to the inside, then Olympiad, followed by Taba. Rich Strike is second last, and Happy Saver the trailer. And it is Life is Good and Flightline, and they're going at each other early on. That opening quarter mile was a quick one, 22.55 seconds. Life is Good is the leader. Flavian Pratt keeps Flightline a length and 3/4 behind, running in second by a 5-length gap over Hot Rod Charlie in third. After that, Tama begins to move on the outside of Olympiad. Then comes Epicenter and Rich Strike. Happy Saver is the trailer. Let's check out this half mile. It's going to be quick. It was 45.47 seconds. Life is Good up the backstretch in front by 2. Flightline continues to sit second up the backstretch under a patient Flavian Pratt, who just took a peek behind. They've opened up 9 lengths on the rest of the field. Hot Rod Charlie is next, then it's Taba. So they make their way into the far turn. Life is Good by 2 over Flightline, and it's a long way back to the rest. Hot Rod Charlie is third at this point, and they're making their way around the far turn. And it is still Life is Good. He's got a 2-length lead. Flightline now beginning to move on the outside. Life is Good by a length. Flightline on the outside second. 8 back to Hot Rod Charlie. Then Taba to the outside. They're coming to the top of the stretch. Life is Good and Flightline hook up as they turn for home. And Flightline takes off. Flightline has gone right by Life is Good and comes into the final furlong with a 3-length lead. Life is Good trying to cling to second. Taba is third down to the 16th pole. It is Flightline. It is spine-tingling, jaw-dropping, awe-inspiring, Secretariat-like Breeders' Cup Classic win. He won it by 8 lengths on the wire.
Gates are back, they're off and racing. Military Expert jump well together with Valana. Mr. Mozart handle the start well. And In the Congo's quickly on the scene together with Lady of Honour and Overpass. So it's In the Congo just in front from Lady of Honour. Overpass, Chain of Lightning down on the rails. Military Expert fifth. Well gets into a prominent position. 6 in front of Pinstripe. Mr. Mozart's caught very deep and rolling around the field. Further back to Cardinal Gem. Then came Gypsy Goddess. Lightsabers very deep. I Wish I Wins in the middle of the ruck as they go into the first turn. Clear from Light Infantry, who's taken a spot down on the rails. Hinge moves up the outer. Further back to Hope in Your Heart from Valana. Jimmy the Bear, Halal, Fangirl second last, and Converge sees them all down the side of the course. In the Congo, being tested by Mr. Mozart, who's done plenty of work, and Mr. Mozart puts the head in front from In the Congo. Lady of Honour third. Chain of Lightning gets a great run fourth the rails. Further back to Overpass. Military Expert, Pinstripes out deep. Well in the middle of the ruck. Cardinal Gem back on the fence with Gypsy Goddess as they turn, and Light Infantry gives away a big start. In the Congo's got a great kick at the 300. In the Congo 2 lengths clear from Mr. Mozart. I Wish I Win is starting to power into the race, and quickly I Wish I Win at the 200 metres. A shot to the front. Gypsy Goddess along the rails. Fangirl late on the scene. I Wish I Win in front. Here's Fangirl the outside. Fangirl goes to I Wish I Win, who kicked and won. I Wish I Win just from Fangirl and Gypsy Goddess, and a great finish.
The 42nd Japan Cup field are ready to race, and they're off. Shadow Diva missed the start. Simca Meal a little slow away, but Unicorn Lion shows early dash with Hearts Histoire going forward. Not too far away, Grand Glory, and coming over across is Tio Royale. They're going to the winning post the first time with 5 abreast. Unicorn Lion leads out from Hearts Histoire. Tio Royal Boccarini's trapped out wide. Simca Meal is tucked in behind them with Veltogrande, then Karate. Wider out is Danon Beluga. Stuck in behind is Onesto. Then comes Valor Azul, followed by Grand Glory. Wider out Danon Beluga again. Trust Kenshin lost a bit of ground. Daring Tact. Well back is Shariar. Shadow Diva. Well back in the run is Tunes. Second last is Uberleben, and last of all at the moment is Ridgeman. They go down the back straight in the Japan Cup for 2022, and Unicorn Lion leads them along, rolls on and leads it out now comfortably from Hearts Histoire. Running the inside with a perfect position is Simca Mile. Out there is Tio Royale. In the middle is Valtrizende. Then comes Boccarini. Back on the inside, Onesto. Then Karate, followed by Valor Azul. Then comes Trust Kenshin. It's a constant pace. Then comes Grand Glory. Trapped out 3 wide, but with cover down on Beluga. Back on the inside, Daring Tack trying to make up ground. Shadow Diva losing ground. Uberleben's taking off. Well back Tunes. On the outside of Tunes is Shariar, and at the tail of the field is still Ridgeman. So they get to that top of the hill and they approach the 1,000-metre pole. And still in front, it's Unicorn Line, leads out from Hearts Histoire. Simca Mile has travelled well in third. Then Tio Royal has been a bit wide the trip. Veltrasende's had the run of the race in behind them. Boccarini's been wide but goes on, followed by Karate. Back on the inside, Onesto. Christophe Lemaire looking for out. Danon Beluga's taking off round the outside with Uberleben. Back in behind them, Shariar. Well back is Grand Glory. Stuck in behind him is Valor Azul. Will need luck from there with Daring Tack. They swing for home with 500 metres to run. Hearts Histoire finds the front, whacking away Unicorn Lion. Here's Boccarini. Now Danon Beluga emerges, and Uberleben, and through the middle Shariar. A wall of them across the track. Danon Beluga finds it. Here comes Shariar. Danon Beluga to the air, and Veltrasende up the inside might beat the ball. Up the inside trying to rattle home Veltrasende. Damien Lane, and flashing home late Valor Azul. Valor Azul scoots to the front. Shariar second. Veltrasende third. And Daring Tack fourth. What a run late. They're ready and they're racing. Slow away Geraldine around the back door. Title holder is expected to commence well. Deep Bond tries to go forward from a wide gate. Izujono Koseki kicks up. In there as well as breakup going forward. Boccarini just in Palace forward position. In behind him Euphoria. Then wider out going on is Potager. Stuck along the fence. Izujono Koseki restrained momentarily. Then the favourite Equinox midfield on its inside, Win Mighty, going on last draft. Back on the inside, pulling and reefing is Aristoteles. Well back Valor Azul with Geraldina. Tacking on at the second last at the moment is Bulldog Hosh. And Akai Ito is often the case out the tail. as they come down the winning post the first time. It's Title Holder doing what he does best, rolling along in front. Leads out from breakup, running third defence Justin Palace. Tracked out wide is Deep Bomb, then comes Boccherini, followed by Euphoria, Izujono Koseki. Then well back midfield at the moment is Potager. On its outside going forward Equinox. Back in behind Equinox is Last Draft, followed by then Bella Azul got a bit of a check as peeling out Aristoteles, losing some ground. Bulldog Horse Geraldina is second last, and Akai Ito is still last of all. So Title Holder running freely in front, leads out by 3 or 4 lengths from breakup, under pressure already, running second, but starts to urge forward. On the fence, Justin Palace with the run of the race. On its outside, Deep Bond, then comes behind them Boccherini. Wider out is moving forward Euphoria, then Izujono Koseki. Well back at the moment, starting to go around the outfight is Equinox. On the outside of Potager. They go out of my view momentarily behind the big screen as we pick them up and bring them back into view. Then comes Win Mighty, followed by Aristoteles. Vela Azul is trapped out 3 wide, and 4 wide trying to go on is Geraldina just in behind them. Then comes Bulldog Horse with work to do, and Akai Ito's at the tail of the field. And coming back to the field is Title Holder, challenged by Deep Bond just in behind. Losing ground is Justin Palace. Here comes Equinox circling around the outside. Coming on now with Euphoria and taking off around the outside. Bulldog Horse has come from second last up into 4th position as they swing for home. And Vela Azul swings out wide as well. Equinox finds the front on the outside of Euphoria. Starting to run on his Bulldog Horse. Equinox goes to the front. The son of Give the Sun Black has a 2 or 3 legs margin. Finds a Bulldog Horse. Geraldine is flashing home late. It will be Equinox's Arima Kinen. Equinox wins and Christophe Lemaire. Bulldog Horse second, Geraldine the third. Izujono Koseki was 4th.
The Everest of 2022, and we're ready to go. The gates are back. They're off and racing. Eduardo jumped well. So did Nature Strip on the outside. Overpass there. And Joyful Fortune is showing very good muster on the rails. So it's Eduardo 3/4 to Joyful Fortune. Nature Strip staying deep on the outside of Overpass. And Shades of Rose settles in 5th. Private Eye's pretty handy on the inside of Marzu. Then came Kementari from the 3-year-old Giga Kick firing up. The other 3-year-old Jacquino went past him, then Ingratiating, and Masked Crusader sees them all. So it's Eduardo and his old sparring partner Nature Strip. They're at it a long way from home. Joyful Fortune holding a spot on the rails with Overpass between them. Then Shades of Rose from Private Eye, who's only 5 off the lead as they turn. They swing now. Eduardo and Nature Strip head and head up the rise, and a thriller here on the Everest. And Nature Strip given the cue by McDonald, and the champ races to the lead by a length on Eduardo. Private Eyes running on, then came Overpass, Shades of Rose, Jacquino and Giga Kick. Nature Strip a length in front. Private Eye, Giga Kick down the outside wins the Everest. The unbeaten 3-year-old's done it. Giga Kick beat Private Eye. Then Nature Strip.
Gates crash open, and they're racing in the Dubai World Cup to a rather untidy start. Real World was a little bit slow to begin. On the other hand, Life is Good got an absolute flyer. He didn't miss the start, he's in front. Midnight Bourbon is second, then comes Hot Rod Charlie racing third, now 4th as Country Grammar slipped along the inside to get a bit closer. Hypothetical at the outside, the lines of blue colours couldn't get to the lead. Real World, the all blue colours got shaken up to hold the rail. Then comes Aero Trim, the black and white colours with Remorse a further 2 lengths away. Chewer Wizard and Magni Core are the last 2 as they now go towards the back straight, and Life is Good is in front by 1 length over Midnight Bourbon, who races away in second. Country Grammar is third. Hot Rod Charlie in 4th, just got shaken up for a few strides. Hypothetical makes him racy at the outside. Then comes Real World, the all blue colours, racing a good 7 to 8 lengths off the leader. Aero Trim, Magni Cores and the blue body and the white cap. Remorse in that group, and Chewer Wizard has got it all to do. Life is Good got the softest lead you could imagine, an uncontested lead. Life is Good is in front by just over 1 length. Midnight Bourbon in the maroon colours is second, couple of lengths away to Hypothetical. Some of these runners are badly off the bit. Country Grammar's against the rail, now third. Hypothetical drops into fourth. Alarm bells are ringing for Hot Rod Charlie. Then comes Real World. Remorses and the Gold Salt. Couple of lengths away then to Chewer Wizard. Magni Cause towards the end of the field, and they're about to spin for home. They go to the top of the straight. They got just over 400 meters left to run, and Life is Good guides them into the home straight. Now gets asked a question, but he's kicked 2 lengths clear of Midnight Bourbon, who's second. Country Grammar third. Hot Rod Charlie's towards the inside rail. Then comes Chewer Wizard, 200 meters out. Life is Good is the leader. Country Grammar second. Hot Rod Charlie continues to gain ground towards the inside. Life is Good with a target on his back. Country Grammar getting the upper hand, draws alongside, and Country Grammar with his dates with destiny in front, a length and a half. Country Grammar won the Dubai World Cup. Hot Rod Charlie ran second. Chewer Wizard third.
And away they go. Jumping away, Emblem Road was the one who was slowest away, and Frankie Dettori did not get a good start on Real World. Mishrif stays out wide for the time being. The pacemakers now include Secret Ambition, Art Collector moving forward as well. Also onto the inside, that is Country Grammar, who's away well. T.O. Kane's nice and prominent, and Midnight Bourbon, who so often gets to the front, is nowhere near it at the moment as Real World improves now on his inside. Seelyway and Mishrif are right up on the outside, and Mandaloon strides forward. Pace strong enough as they head then down the far side of the track here. The first 3 furlongs completed. Out very wide on the track is Making Miracles. Tucked in behind the leaders early is Marsh Lorraine, the Breeders' Cup winner. She's riding behind Seelyway. And look at T.O. Keynes under pressure. The great Japanese horse looks as though he's already spent as they make their way towards the turn out of the back straight. Seelyway struggling as well at the back of the field. Magnicor is last. Aero Trem, one of the back markers as well. The pace here unrelenting. The Saudi Cup leader is Secret Ambition with Art Collector now on his shoulder. Behind him, Country Grammar. They're followed by Mandaloon. Splitting those two is Midnight Bourbon, who will still turn in with a chance. What a big run from Making Miracles on the outside. The local horse followed round by Emblem Road as well. Looks as though Mandaloon is now absolutely cooked as they come down the home straight here in the Saudi Cup, and it's anybody's race. Midnight Bourbon trying to take it up here. Country Grammar goes with him in behind the local horses. Making Miracles finishing off well, and so too Emblem Road for what would be a massive turn up. Emblem Road is being roared home by the locals. Country Grammar and Midnight Bourbon next. Emblem Road to the front. A huge shock, but they love it here in Saudi Arabia. Emblem Road has toppled the lot of them. Beats Country Grammar, Midnight Bourbon. Aero Trend ran really well in behind them as well, followed by Making Miracles.